Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode 4 of Women Enough podcast. We are super excited to be back with y'all for another episode. First things first, where my ladies at?
Hey, we here.
Right. So for those of you who are watching this for the first time, my name is Julie.
My name's Michaela.
And I'm Brittany.
And we are the women of Women Enough podcast. So today we wanted to get into I'm a lady, I don't like when. We want to talk about some things that we don't like. So did anybody want to take it away? Anyone want to start off?
I will be glad to. Since we're on the topic of what we don't like, I know this is a conversation that could go on for like a million days, and we'll probably still not get our points across. But I think the best thing to start with is this double standard thing. And again, there's like a thousand double standards that men and women can argue back and forth. But I'd say the first double standard that's always like gotten on my nerves since I knew about sex and stuff like that, is a double standard between men and women when it comes to sexuality and sex. And I think a lot of the times, like this kind of a double standard that we used to kind of talk about it back in the day, but I feel like it's kind of been silenced a little bit, but it's still very much so a huge thing. So I would say when it comes to dating, so there's different stages. So, I mean, I think this generation has created so many stages that it just doesn't really make sense anymore. Stages as in, okay, oh, we talking. Oh, we dating. Like, so we all really don't know what stage that we're at. But I think the double standard comes when it comes to dating. Like, so it seems as if when a woman says she's dating, people are assuming that she's dating one person in hopes that with that one person, it will become the talking stage. And then the boyfriend and girlfriend stage. And then whatever happens after. But when it comes to a man and we hear, oh, he's dating, we think that, and it's okay to think that he has about 6 dates. And we don't even question it. Like, oh, he's dating. It's okay. But I feel like when it comes to a woman, whether at the talking stage or the dating stage, we're only assumed to have one date. So it's like, why can men have 16 dates this week and I have to limit myself to 2 so that I'm not looked at crazy? Or, you know what I mean? Like, do y'all understand?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not in the single world anymore, so I don't know what the market looks like. But I know, like, hearing my single friends and things like that, like, there's definitely still that double standard when it comes to men and women. And the fact that it's okay. So, boom. First date. If a man decides to have sex with his date on the first date, it's not really a big problem. But I bet if the woman, if a man asks a woman like, "Oh, what y'all do last night?" "Oh yeah, it was the first date, and it was the boom boom room." You let it go like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn. So it's okay for Bull. Sorry guys, I'm Philly now. It's okay for Bull to have had 6 dates this week and 3 out of 6 of them got back to his bedroom and all that. But for me to have 6 dates and I decide to, whatever you decide to do, you know what I mean? Whether it's one person, 2 people, whatever, why is that a problem? So I think that'll always be like for me, but it's like, is this still a problem? Or is it just me being old in old school? Like, what's up?
No, I definitely agree with you. And I definitely have seen posts like that too. Like, it definitely is a double standard when it comes to that because men think that they can just see whoever they want. But once one of the girls that they're seeing says, "Oh, I'm going on a date this week," oh no 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 no, what you doing?
Woohoo!
Like, you
I'm
weird.
your
Why
date.
you going on a date with somebody else when we was just on a date? So like, men definitely do that. But I mean, there's some men who don't, who just truly don't care. They understand what dating is, but most of the time, young men, they want you for themselves, even though they for everybody. So
Okay. My thing is, if you if you feel like you're the best contender, if you feel like you're the best candidate, why does it matter how many people I go on a date with this week?
Exactly.
If you stand out, then why do you feel insecure?
Right, you better pull up and show out, and then I don't have to have multiple more dates because now you done did it. Like I don't need
Right.
nobody else.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Um, but I do think that our generation, or not our generation, but this generation, is definitely trying to normalize it, which I don't see an issue in it. I feel like we shouldn't be worrying about unless you are, um, unless you want to be intimate with this person. I don't think we need to be worried about what someone else is doing. Um,
Period.
because I don't care if like say me and my husband and I say we weren't married and we were just talking, if I or even if we weren't just talking, say we were just like getting into like the knowing each other stage. If we're not, I don't plan on doing anything with you. I don't care who you're messing with until I get to a point where, okay, I think we're gonna, start getting sexual, like intimate or whatever. Then I want to know, like, okay, what other women are you seeing? Because I care about my health. Um, and I'm also
Communication
yes,
goes
and
a
if
long way.
have
Mhm.
even if we do start seeing each other, if I feel comfortable to, I would never, but if I felt comfortable enough to be like, we have an understanding, you can see who you want to see. And I like I said, it's not a bash to any woman who thinks that way or is comfortable with that. Me personally, I'm just not comfortable with it. I don't like sharing. Um, and that's just the only, that's the only way that would be cool for me. But
To
um,
each its own. You feel me?
yeah,
It's really to each
exactly.
its own. So if
Yeah.
I'm talking about what I don't like, so yes, I don't like the double standard, but what I do like is, what Richard said, the open communication
Mhm.
and realizing that, y'all, we are single until we're in a committed relationship.
Mhm.
Boom, point blank, period. Ladies, please do not allow these men to feel like they can tie you down just because he sat you down on a $20 dinner. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's more to life and there's so many more fishes in the sea. Forget what the men think. Go ahead and date and see how many contenders want you. That's okay.
Not
Okay.
even the dinner. I think also sex alone will make a woman like want to. I can't. I got to do what he wants me to do because that it was great. Like I ain't never had it like that. Like no. There's plenty
Yikes.
of men that will, probably caress you down and get you right where you need to be.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of men that are what I don't want to say it like because I'm not bashing men. I just feel like
No,
a
we're
lot.
not men bashers.
No, not at all. But I feel like a lot of men who have that sex appeal
Mhm.
can do that to you. Like,
Mm. Like that song, I'm gonna put it down, you gonna fall in love. I'm gonna put it down,
yes,
down. Like,
men
no,
can
that's
do
not
it too.
reality.
Women can definitely do it too. But
Mhm.
I
If
think
you put it down right, what? What?
fall in love,
No.
Mhm.
play your cards
No.
right.
Maybe we can fall in love. Stop playing. I don't know. But some people can really put it down and not say nothing else. Like, oh, she knows I'm her.
Yes,
It's people only treat you how you allow them to treat you.
Mhm. That's
yes,
right.
and it goes for men and women.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely think it's important to also talk about what we don't like, but then let us know what you do like. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Men are so and we're not men bashers, but sometimes things just go swimming right over that mind. And then I'm like, damn, how did you miss the cue? How did you miss the cue?
right.
Mhm.
Who, Jew or Brit? What about y'all? What's some other double standards
Um,
that we can't just shake?
I'm not gonna say a double standard I don't like, but I did want to bring up something that I did see, and I want you guys to say your take on it, give your opinions on it. So I saw a post, it was a TikTok of this woman. She was pregnant, she was 14 weeks pregnant, and she was saying on TikTok, like, yes, I have a belly. Me and the child's father. are not together, but that's like it's like another story. But she just said like, I want to know if it's okay if I start dating. And to me, that's definitely a double standard because I mean, she's 14 weeks pregnant. Is it okay for the child's father to be going out and dating multiple women, even though he has another woman pregnant at 14 weeks? Or is she crazy just for like wanting to go date with a belly, 14 weeks pregnant with another man's child? Like, what's your take on it? Because me personally, I don't think she should be dating. Like, that would just personally, it would be awkward. But then again, it is a double standard as to like, why could he go date when I'm 14 weeks pregnant and I can't go date just because I have a stomach?
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm gonna say, go ahead.
I
Yeah,
definitely
I feel
agree
about it.
that personally I wouldn't do it.
Mhm,
I think that just depends on you and how you I don't want to say respect yourself, but respect your child. Um
mhm,
to me it's kind of like, okay, so you have every right to date who you want. You have every right even when you have a child. It's for me it's like when you have a small child, you want to be super cautious who you have around your child.
mhm,
I feel it's the same with when you're pregnant. Um you carry that baby. And I'm a sole believer that the people you mess with had they're it's like a soul tie, you know what I'm saying? Like especially if you plan on to having sexual intercourse with them, you're you're tying yourself to that person. You're also tying your child to that person. Um Again, I don't want to say it's how you respect yourself, but it's also how you respect yourself. Do you forget the dude? Forget the dude at right now. Do you think is it, that is the right thing for you to do? I mean, if you're, I get it. Pregnancy is hard, and especially when you're going through it alone,
mhm,
it's even harder.
mhm,
You
Hmm.
get lonely. I don't think I'm so in between. Like I feel like the sex is the main thing because it
yeah,
automatically you think when you're dating you're gonna have sex, which is not always
Right.
the case. So if you're dating, as in I'm I'm chilling with him, he comes over, we go out to eat. I don't see a problem with that because you're not doing anything outside of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like I do this with my friends. We hang out, we go out to eat, we,
mhm,
comfort each other. But when you start talking like sex, that's where I'm like the respect thing. Do you respect your child?
yeah,
Soul
mhm,
tie. You're tying your child also to them souls that you're tying. When you sleep with somebody, you're sleeping with everybody else he just slept with too. Like you, it's just so much more I think about when I start thinking about my kids or
mhm,
um
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, I think dating without the sex, do what you want, but when you start dating with the sex at 14 weeks pregnant, I think that's kind of where
yeah,
you'll,
it's a bit much.
yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
it's too much. Do what you want. That's your life. Still not gonna judge you. I just feel like personally I wouldn't do that.
Mhm,
And as far as the
Interesting.
dude, you can't stop him. He's not gonna be like, oh, he's gonna be like, I'm not pregnant. Why do I have to stop seeing people? So
I'm not showing shit.
exactly.
right,
I do think it's
exactly,
wrong. Why does she have, because if she did it, he's gonna be like, oh, like, you're pregnant with my kid.
mhm,
So I have to be here lonely and you get to do what you want? Like,
mhm,
That part. I definitely love all the perspectives right now because this is definitely something we don't really think about. Like we think about double standards, we don't really think about when it comes to a woman that's carrying a child. I think these are one of the situations that it's to each its own.
yeah,
So, like you just said, Britt, like it's kind of traumatic to be pregnant without your baby father, to be going through all these things. So it's about how strong you are mentally and physically. If you feel like at the place that you're at, being 14 weeks pregnant, that you are not going through, if you're not going through enough trauma and you are able to still have a social life, that means dating other people, go ahead, girl. If he is secure in himself and you're secure in yourself, then go ahead and date. But I definitely agree when it comes to whoever you have in a boom boom room, that's really to each its own too.
Yeah.
If you feel me, you want to drop down, get your eagle on, like do what you want to do what you want to do. But then also consider you are not just one person walking. You also walk for two people now,
Yeah.
yourself and your child. So you just gotta, you know what I mean? Think about that at all times. But I think this is definitely a to each its own situation and how your mental health is at that time. So if you don't feel like you're going through enough trauma and no, dating is not going to bring you, it's not going to put you any more stress in your life other than being a mom and 14 weeks pregnant, then go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl, with the baby bump and all. You feel me?
I don't like the we know women as well though, like on the outside,
Mhm.
who, all right, so for instance, us, say we were some type of woman, like if we didn't know this girl and we seen her, like we knew her but not knew her personally, and we seen her 14 weeks pregnant with another man.
Mhm.
Also, I also want to mention that some dudes could have been around prior to her getting pregnant and just wasn't her baby father, and he genuinely cares about her and loves
That
her,
happens.
loves that child. I think
Hmm.
that is a whole different scenario too, because we don't know, if we don't know her and we see her 14 weeks pregnant with another dude that's not her baby father, we automatically assume, oh, she's,
That's her baby father.
or that she's, we, if
Yeah.
say we see her on Facebook and we know that's not her baby father, but we see her with another dude, your mind automatically will go to like,
Oh,
I was
okay,
like,
but
what the
you gotta also look
multiple.
at, like, maybe this dude was around prior, or maybe like he genuinely cares about her and that baby, and I've seen it, and they end up raising these kids as if they're theirs. So we also have to learn, not us obviously, because we don't think that way, but women who do think that way, we have to stop always trying to judge a book by its cover and like look at things differently. Like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
she could have it so
especially
good. She could be so happy. She could be, that dude loves her kid. He's buying her stuff for that baby, like making his presence, um I guess, I guess I didn't put that in the right way. Making it, he's welcoming that child as if it's his. So she has every right to do what she wants to and let him in because he's showing up and showing out.
And even if he's not, like, I'm only showing up for you. You
Yes,
feel me? I'm showing up for you because I like you as a person. Can
yes,
we just get a round of applause on ladies? We have to do better. We have to treat each other better. Like,
yes,
we just got to
yes,
treat
that's
each
true.
other better
All
sure.
around.
Mhm.
all around in every way.
And
Yeah.
Jew,
I
I'm sorry.
think
Were you saying
there's
something, Jew?
oh yeah, go ahead, Joe. I forgot you were saying
Oh,
No,
something.
no,
no,
that's
I
okay.
was just gonna say, especially like with the judging, like you can't judge, especially if you don't know the situation. Like if you don't
Hmm.
know the situation, you have no right to speak on it. And we're not speaking on it. We're just saying our opinions. Like
Yeah,
we would never do nothing like that. To each his own. And we're not talking shit on anyone, but it's just a personal opinion. We wouldn't do it, and we wouldn't judge anyone who does it because we don't know why. We don't know the situation. We don't know the backstory behind anything that's going on. So we can't speak on
Facts.
not saying that we aren't human though,
it.
and that you think stuff. That's just
Yeah.
that's normal
Mhm.
human. That's what you do. You think, you be like, oh, is that her? That's not her baby father. Is she just messing
Hmm.
with that? You think that's something that naturally comes, but it's different when you're talking with your friends like, oh, she a hoe. She's messing with him and she's pregnant. Are you serious? Like that's totally different. And then
Facts. It's the, mhm. I'm
yeah,
sorry, it's the power of the tongue. Like
yes,
the word mind is in the statement, mind your business.
mhm,
So therefore, when you see somebody else's business, you keep that shit in your mind and you don't use your tongue to talk shit because that's how things happen.
Mhm.
yeah,
So minding your business means keep it all to yourself in your mind and you keep it pushing.
or your husband, because I, I do something. I'm like, yo, to my husband, like, what you think? Like, because that's just how I'm curious. It's not me talking mess smack or whatever. It's me just being curious. But I do that to my
Facts.
husband or my very very close friends, which I really don't speak to them, so we don't even do that anymore. But my
Facts.
husband is my best friend, so that's who I do that with. But it's never me like,
Yeah.
oh, she's no. Like, it's never none of that.
Mhm.
Facts. Ladies, we just gotta do better.
Uh,
But Britt, what's one of your double standards? Julie, I love that. I actually really love that
that was
question.
a really good one.
Seriously.
Thanks.
Um, okay. So, you know how men say it's like a deal breaker if his woman cheats?
Mhm.
How do you feel with, I don't know, you cheating and your man? Do you think he would take you back? I feel like that's a big double standard. Men usually just, it's a deal breaker. And I feel like we don't. Like, if I, I feel like that's the old me. If my dude cheated on me now, it's a dub. Like, not happening. But if he would have cheated on me, a few years ago when I was head over heels, and it would have been. I feel like I would have took him back.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's a big double standard because women take aren't men back five, four, 3, 4, 5 times before
Mhm.
they're like, I'm done, and probably more. So men though, it's rare, and I feel like that's a big double standard.
Wow.
Um,
But I also wanted that to be in a question. Would you take your man back if he cheated? Do you think your man would take you back if you cheated?
hell no. It's a hard hell no for me. Going both ways because first of all, I would never cheat on my man. I know not to ever play myself like that.
No.
But he better freaking know. He better never play himself like that because I'm done. You done disrespected me and you done crossed the line if you do that to me. Like why would no. That is definitely a deal breaker for me. I'm leaving. Especially because like we have a family. So
Yeah.
you're breaking our whole family up. You done broke the trust and everything. Like I will never I will never forgive somebody for cheating on me. Never. I would never take them back either. Like ever for cheating on me. Ever, ever, ever. I would never. No. No judgment to women who do take their man back after they cheat. But me personally, hell no. I wouldn't. And I would never cheat on my man either.
Okay.
I think no, I think it's definitely Jewel, I'm sorry. I want to make sure that you're done first.
No, I am done.
Julie
Yep.
said, hell no.
Yep.
Yeah, she is.
Hell no.
No.
Rick will kill me. Rick will kill me. Yo, he'll put me in the ground 6 feet under.
Look,
Okay.
don't put this part on YouTube. Look. I will say again, like the other one, I think this is definitely to each its own situation. Like, if it depends on y'all, you feel me, y'all relationship. Like sometimes we don't know why people cheat. Like do we like sometimes we don't sit down and be like, yo, what the fuck is this person going through that they felt like they would put everything on the line? You know what I mean? Regardless of what everything that y'all built, it's like what brings somebody to that moment and that point. And we don't know what people go through in their homes and their households.
Yeah.
But so yeah, on a personal level, at this point of my relationship, you feel me? If these kind of things were to occur, it'd be a long fucking conversation. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm cursing you too. I'm so sorry. It'd be a situation like at the end of the day, it's two people who are, feel me, when you say you're in a committed relationship, it's two people who are committing to each other. But it's also like those two committed people, if you guys are going through some shit, y'all talk about it and then figure out, is us being together a good thing? Or did this happen for us to go our separate ways?
Mhm.
You feel me? So I'm like, if two committed people are willing to spend the rest of their life together, they're willing to go through shit together and then figure it out after as well. So I don't know. I think cheating is a whole, it's an iffy topic because it really is each its own. It's like we don't want to bash women who do, but we're also like, damn, what brings you back to taking your man back? Or for men, what is it? What brings you back to wanting to take your woman back after respect and everything else was kind of broken? So I think it's a very like touchy kind of fucking topic.
Yeah.
Because you feel me? Well, I think women do take men back more than men do. So that's a huge double standard. But it's also like there's some men who like, I love you.
Yeah.
Are we gonna make this work? You feel me? And it's the same thing for women too. They're like, damn, I know you did me dirty. And for men, it's like, damn, girl, you did me dirty. But it's like we done been through so much that we're gonna find a way to work through this and be better people.
Mm.
And that shit makes y'all better people. It really truly does. Makes you better people in the future because y'all went through it and you got through it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna speak in house. I mean, is it in house? Yeah, I'm gonna speak in house on the topic.
Mhm. How do
Yeah,
you feel
I'm
about
at
it?
the point where I don't want to say like stuff happens, so I don't know what I would do. I do want to say stuff does happen, but at this point in my life, I'm like, no. I think it's definitely a done deal. Like, I love my husband to death, and we created a beautiful family, and that right there alone is my like. You have always said like, we want our kids to grow up in a two-parent household, a happy two-parent household.
Yep.
We can never go back to happy after that. I
Mhm.
I'm saying right now this is a bad trait of mine, a toxic trait of mine, but I hold on to things for a long time. Like I will get over it. Um, but there will be times where it'll come back up and I will get re-mad. And it's been a lot better because the things that have happened in our past, we were children.
Mhm.
So I have to let that go. Um,
Mhm.
and I don't know if I've said before, but we've broken up as in high school and got back together like a year later. So there was a lot that happened within that year being broken up that like I still to this day like it's just like
It hurts.
yes. So I'm like if that were to happen now, there's no letting go of that. Like right now I can let go of it and I don't bring it up to him, but it's something that mentally bothers me. So if that for that to happen now, I would never ever get over it.
Mhm.
Especially how do you look at your kids after that and
Mhm.
give them this be happy for them? Like I can't.
Mhm.
I legit can't.
Yep.
So I would just not be able to do that.
Right. And that's why I said to each his own because there's different levels. It's like boom. So there's the boyfriend and girlfriend cheat. And then there's the husband and wife with kids cheat. Then there's the boyfriend girlfriend with the child cheat. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's so many different like it depends on what stage of your relationship y'all at. And that really does take a big part in how cheating affects you. You know what I mean?
And
So yeah, definitely for y'all, that should be completely different because y'all build a family with the men that you're with. You know what I mean? But either way, all around, it is wrong to do somebody wrong.
Yeah.
Period.
so
So that's
I
an
have
interesting
one
double
more.
standard.
I have one more that I wanted to bring up because this is
Okay.
actually a conversation that my husband brought up to me the other day. Y- You're okay, so your child, your son, being gay. If he comes to you at
Wow, that's a good one.
7, 8, 9, 10 years old, says, "Mommy or Daddy, I think I like boys." Now, this came up because obviously you don't want your son. Nobody wants your child to like the same sex. Ultimately, because we want grandchildren. Okay. Yes, you can have unbiological grandchildren, but the thing is, we usually you want to have biological grandchildren.
Mhm.
I don't give a damn whether my son is gay or not. I
Mhm.
will love him. I will support him. Yeah, I feel like you don't even have to tell me. I would like to know, just so you know. I just want to know. I want to be in my child's life. I want to know things. But you don't have to tell me. You can walk in the house with mom, my boyfriend is my boyfriend. I don't care. But men, this is the conversation just because men that he, talks to doesn't agree.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's a double standard because if your daughter was gay,
Mhm.
you wouldn't care
Yeah,
because
you be accepting.
it's normal. Okay, so what? She's a girl. She can like girls, but why is it not normal for a man or a guy, a boy, to like another boy? I feel that is a huge double standard
Yeah.
because what's the difference?
I agree with you, Britt. It's a really big double standard, and that's a big one. Like it really is. A lot of men aren't really accepting of their sons who come out to be gay or bisexual. They just don't agree with that. And me personally, I don't care.
Yeah,
I do not care. Like I really wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother me at all. Like, I have family members who are gay. Like, I have friends who were gay. Like, it doesn't affect me in any way. Like, be who you want to be true to yourself, and do whatever you makes you happy at the end of the day. I'm not here to judge. So,
Hmm.
I personally, I just don't care, but it is a really big double standard. Why? I will never understand. I just feel like it messes with men, like, not their manlyhood, but I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. They just feel uncomfortable around them. I For what reason? I don't know. Cause I don't know. I just feel like straight men who are like homophobic, they just feel like maybe the people are looking at them like or something. I don't know why, but it's not right.
So, Michaela, I know you probably have want to say something. I just want to say something really quick because of what you said, like how men think that they're looking at you some type of way. I feel like when you are an accepting father, a loving father, you did nothing wrong. This is a personal preference of them, and this is what they want. You shouldn't care what other people think because
Mhm,
as long as your child is raised properly and has the respect and manners and
mhm,
not even overall respect, like general respect and manners, but also manners and respect when it comes to another man. If he doesn't show any feminism or not even feminism, but if he doesn't show that, he's into men, or if even if you have a proper way of asking him, hey, are you having me into men? And he says no, and you leave that be, and you don't disrespect him in any way or do weird things around him that men will, consider weird. I don't think there should be a problem. Now, if he's all out, like, coming at dudes that aren't gay and that he knows aren't gay in a awkward way, I can understand you, feeling away. But that also just comes with your parenting. He comes to you and says, "Dad, I'm gay and I like other men and this is what I want." Just educate him. You don't have to be gay to educate your child. And that's where people will look at you wrong if you aren't educating your child. And you should always do that regardless because gay men are targets in America and any probably worse than other countries. They are a huge target. They walk around with targets on their back. No one wants to come out and say I'm gay because they're afraid of not only their parents, they're afraid to go to school. They're afraid to walk around and be open about their sexuality because they have targets on their backs.
mhm,
And it's sad. So why would you want your kid to come home and not feel comfortable when he's already not comfortable in this world? Like
Hmm.
this is your child. So
mhm.
that's just my little speech. I can't help what goes on in your household and I can't make you, you know, accept that in your household, but I just feel like that's something
Hmm.
you should consider when you have children because you have a 50-50 chance of either one of your children, your daughter or your son, becoming gay. And it is what
Yep.
it is.
Mhm.
It is what it
And it
is.
doesn't have nothing.
Mhm.
It doesn't have nothing to do with the way that you raise your child,
No.
like at all.
It's a
Like,
preference.
yes.
Like that's really all it is. There's so many things like I could say, but I don't even want to just be repetitive to both of y'all. It's
Mhm,
just two words that come to my head is it's society. Like it's society who makes men feel as if they need to be these huge masculine beings. And this is just how it's been since the beginning of time. Gender roles, all of the bullshit. It
Mhm.
all just has to deal with how society views like it's just because there's so many people who live on this earth that have this one view of how a man should be. And that's what's killing the rest of society. You feel me? So it's like, damn, what insecurities have you been through? How secure are you as a man that you give a damn about who your son lays down with? You
mhm,
did your job. Your job is to raise your children, man or woman, raise your children.
mhm,
That's it. And
And
then after they gain their wings and you let them fly, whether you let them do it or not, when they fly, they fly. And it's up to you to be able to, in his entirety, in you being a parent who's supposed to unconditionally love your children, is who they laid down with really going to affect your unconditional love for your child? And that's just it. That's just it. Forget what your parents told you. Forget about what you learned in, you feel me, Bible study. That's cool. All that stuff is cool and good.
Mhm.
But what about your son laying down with whoever they want to? Why is that affecting your unconditional love that you're supposed to have for your child?
Yes.
If he's not killing anybody, if he is not hurting anybody but your stupid ass feelings, then why do you care? Why are you so insecure in the man that you are, that you care about who your child lays with? So like,
Yep.
ugh, ugh. And that's all I have to say. Until society as a whole changes, we can't expect for our children to be 1,000% okay with telling us anything,
Yeah.
because the society keeps making them feel like they have to be in a closet, that
Yep.
they have to hide how they feel until they're 18, until they're 21, until they're no longer in your household anymore. Go
Yep.
be you. Go be you. Don't kill nobody. Don't hurt anybody's feelings.
And
And that's
that's
all I
just
care about.
that.
Are you a good citizen?
That's
Mhm.
just that. Now, and it's not just that. I want to be my child's safe haven.
Yep.
Period.
Want
Mhm.
I want to be able to. I want you to run to me when you feel like you can't. Like, even though you know I'm there and you going through something so bad, you did something so bad that kill it. God forbid, please, Lord, please don't let my kids do that. But if they hurt somebody, please be able to come to me. Like, I want you to feel so comfortable that I can go to my mom. I have to go to my mom. That's all I want
Mhm.
for my kids. I put them on this earth because I wanted them and I love them. And that's all I need from them, is to love me back and to do great things. Whether
Mhm.
you're gay or not, you're gonna do great things. Like, like,
Mhm.
that's not gonna stop your wanting to better yourself. It's not gonna stop anything you have going on in your life. But
Facts.
yeah,
And I'm
uh,
sorry. No, I'm just saying, like, real quick. I think a lot of parents, when they have kids, they start to think how. I think everyone starts out, like, parents always start out thinking how what you just said, Britt. Like, oh, I want to be my kid's best friend. And I just think that over time you get caught up in wanting to shelter your kids so much that you forget that you're supposed to be their best friend.
yeah.
Like, ugh. But that's
Well,
another topic in itself,
because
too.
Yep.
you can't. It is another type, but you can't really. You can combine the two, but then at some point it gets. This is another topic for itself.
No facts.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll talk about
the
that.
parents
But,
be, the parents who are too much of friends to their kids. Yeah, that's another good topic. Real
yeah.
shit.
So yeah, I think that's all I had to really say about that. But I did have something else that I was recently looking on Instagram and I seen. It was The Game. He actually posted on Twitter, not Twitter. He posted on Instagram that um what exactly was the quote?
Bring
Oh,
him out. Bring him
yeah,
out.
give me one second because I have it right here. So he quote and he says, "Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something." Um, and I just felt like that was so far from the truth that I had to bring that up. How do y'all feel about that?
Oh, word. Drew,
Um,
you want to go?
I don't agree with that, like, at all. I don't. Because there could be times when, like, you're in a relationship and your man is down bad and he can't provide anything. A woman will stick by his side and try to help him. If
As broke,
the love
as
is
jobless,
there,
as whatever.
then he's gonna go ahead. There can be times when, like, like your man was working and he was providing and like doing everything that quote said, but then your man loses his job and now you're working, you're the only one providing and you're providing for him. Like, and you still love him unconditionally. Like, a man doesn't always have to provide in order for you to love him. Like, If my man was dead broke right now, I'm not gonna leave him because he's not providing me with nothing. Like, I love
Shoot.
him for him. Like, that can only be said in certain cases because there's definitely some women who are only with a man for the amount of money that he makes or the things that he has. Like, but in this case over here, no, like, no, no. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. At all.
I don't agree with that either. I kind of feel like that's coming from a bitter ass place. Like, who made the
Yeah,
game mad? Who made the game
right.
mad? I think it's because so all the things that he mentioned, women, what do you say? Women, children, pets,
Children and
Oh,
pets.
yes.
all things that are made to make you feel vulnerable. And it's like, what do you mean?
Mhm.
What do you mean by that? So I don't know, when it comes to unconditional love, I'm like, it really all just depends on who you unconditionally love. If I love this man unconditionally,
Mhm.
then that's just what it is. If I love my mom unconditionally, that's just what it is. Not just because, and yeah, and it's because she's my mom, and it's because they're my child, and it's because they're my pet. They get unconditional love, but your unconditional love is not meant for everybody.
Right.
And that's just period. Man, woman, cow, dog, doesn't matter what it is.
Yep.
Your unconditional love is not meant for everybody. So I think that's coming from a bitter place because I think men and women, anybody could put you through hell and back. But it's
Yep.
all about how your heart feels about that person. That's
Yep.
unconditional love.
Ex
So damn, just to say women can stab a man right in his chest and still be the love. Like, no, what? You can do the same thing. It's
Yep.
about that person who you stabbed. How do they feel about you? And
Mhm.
when they recover, are they gonna love you again? Like, I don't know. It's just such an individualistic ass statement.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like it came from a bitter spot. The game,
Yeah,
if you
'cause
need a
he
hug, woman enough got you with the hugs. Cause what's
Hey,
up with you?
give you
yep,
a couple hugs.
probably feeling that way because every female he mess with just wants
Yes,
shit in
that's what I
return.
just
Like,
wanted to
that's
point
probably a personal issue that he got going on and just
out.
he's
Yeah,
probably throwing shots when he posted it. Like, I don't
You
know.
feel me?
you have to look at the type of women that you are attracting because
Yes.
that's you are a fine man. You
Mhm.
have money.
Mm-hmm.
You have money. So I'm pretty sure these women that you're picking up, you could be at the strip club. You could be at a game. You could be somewhere at a party, somewhere around the wealth that women, a lot of women that famous men mess with, they go where the wealth is. They go to these parties. Mind you, these are let me say Instagrammers. They um who models. I watched a video, YouTubers, they had this like extravagant party and they were playing around and they're like, if you don't have this many followers on Instagram, you can't get in this party because you don't have it was like a joke. But some of the women went crazy. They're
Really?
like, oh, I don't need this, da 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 da, because I am like, I think it's just who you attract, and
Yeah.
if you are coming off as that type of person, as I got money, I can get what I want, I look good, I can get what I want, you're going to get what you're asking for.
Mhm.
If all you have to offer is your looks and your money, you're
Mhm.
going to get what you're going to get just that a female who wants you for your money. Like,
Mhm.
what else do you have? Can you
Exactly.
can you like just what else do you have? What else can you give me
Exactly.
besides your wealth?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like women are one of the strongest go-getters out there.
Mhm.
Just the same way, those same women you were talking about who only want you unless you're providing something. Maybe that's the way they're taking care of their family.
Mhm.
Facts.
Because women will get it by all means necessary. And
That
it,
part.
sometimes it's not the best way to get it. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
knocking nobody for their hustle because you get it how you get it, but
Mhm.
it is what it is. What man
No.
you know who's going their family struggling to even go out there and strip down a pole to get some money?
Mhm.
Mhm.
You ain't gonna find many. So like
No, I
Yep.
agree. I say men and women, y'all want respect, you want unconditional love. Show me your character.
Mhm.
mhm.
Show me your character. That's it. I don't give a damn about, okay, people can say the damn about the looks, but it's like, yes, yeah, you look good, that's great. And you
Mm,
also make good money, that's also great. Okay, you checked off 2 boxes, but I'm like, if that character box is like nowhere near being even shaded in, you
Mhm.
can miss me with the bullshit.
yeah.
And you will not receive my unconditional love. Like that goes for any and everybody. Like friends, any relationship that you have, your friendships, your relationship with your siblings. Who cares what y'all look like? Who
Mhm.
cares about the what you do for a living? If
Yep.
your character is not there, you will not get unconditional love from me. Period. So
Exactly.
I think that's a great question. Like kind of to wrap up everything because some people really have that mindset that if you're not a woman, if you're not an innocent, vulnerable being, that
Mhm.
somebody can't love you unconditionally. Who hurt you? Because woman enough got a couple hugs waiting for you. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Give you some love. What you need? You need to vent. Like
Right.
do we need to find you? Like
Right.
we can find you some decent women. Like
You feel me? Well, not
for you.
look. I'm not about to play matchmaker, but
Why not?
but I can remind you of your worth. I can definitely remind you of your worth and let you know that
Not all women are like that.
better days are to come. Right. Better days are to come and stop going after everybody thinking that they're going to treat you like the last person treated you. That goes
That
for men, women, pets, anything. You
anything.
feel me?
Rubs off as well too though. Like
Mhm.
a lot of people are, especially nowadays, that you can read vibes so easily. When you are given off vibes that you, I don't know, say you feel like I'm only around for a certain thing, that decreases my what is it? What is I'm losing my train of thought. I
Are you
don't really
saying like lose your respect or like decreases your
like
interest?
my interest.
Yeah.
My interest gets lower and lower. So if I'm here, you're given. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like men feel like when you have this type of mentality, you feel like you have to give to keep that female. And then when if a female is getting those type of vibes and they're losing interest, but they're still getting something from you, obviously they're gonna want to take advantage of that because who wants
Exactly.
to just fumble that bag? But not
Hmm.
saying that's the right thing, but it's a bag. It's a free bag. Who wants to fumble that? Um,
Mhm.
stop
Right.
that. Stop feeling like you have to buy a woman's attention. Stop feeling like you have to buy their love because you don't. There's so many women out here who just want genuine love and they cry and die for it because we don't you don't see it much because men feel like they can do whatever they want and buy their love, or not even they feel like they can do whatever they want, they feel like that's the only way to get a woman. And it's
Hmm.
just honestly what I would love from, not me personally, I'm married, but I feel like most women could agree that show me you care about me. Maybe let me know a few times during the week how proud of me you are, that I'm beautiful. Like just give me some type of compliment, give me some intimacy, and I'm good.
It's about affirmation, the words of affirmation. That's what a lot of people. It's all about your love languages. Like I think every couple, anybody who's interested in each other should learn what each other's love languages are because that's a real thing. This is not just a take the test online. And no, it really makes you seem like this is how I like to be loved. This is how I like to be shown care. Like I really encourage everybody. If you guys haven't done it, if you haven't done it with your husband, if you or Rick haven't done it, like y'all should really find out what each other's love languages are because it'll get you closer to each other. And some people do like gifts. Some people do like material. Like that's
And
cool. But figure out what your love language is and express that to the person that you want love from. Period.
I feel
Mhm.
like once you've passed that level of figuring out each other's love language, then the gifts are cool. Like, but not all the time. You don't have to shower me in gifts because you feel like that's gonna keep me around. I don't like that. Especially because I like being independent. Like I do so much and I love it. I don't want my husband to have to do everything that
Provide your every need. Like, I got me.
society says he's supposed to do. I don't like that. Like I'm perfectly capable of doing my own things and opening my own pickle jar, opening my own door. One thing I don't like doing is pumping my own gas. That's just because I don't like touching that stuff. But it is like my husband does it.
That's probably every female.
Right.
'Cause I don't like gas either.
I will
I
do
don't
it.
either, but
Especially in the winter.
I be feeling that tape. Fuck it.
Yeah, right. But it's not that I need him to do it. I can do it myself, and I will do it myself if I have to. If he's with me, I don't have to question it. He's doing it. But
Yep.
I'm not about to be one of them, oh, babe, I know you're at home or you're over here. Can you come pump my gas? Because I'm not doing it. Like, I see it.
Right.
I see it happen. If you want to, I guess. But yeah, that's just also with the love language thing, when you learn each other, that everything just is up. Your sex life gets better, your communication is on point. I guarantee you, if you get to that level with your man or your woman, the nagging that you hate is gonna stop. We don't have
You just
nag
know what makes them happy. You know what makes them happy. And that's just that. I think we talked about so many good things tonight, y'all. So such a great conversation. And men, if you never knew, and this is your first time hearing a woman say what we don't like, we are ladies and we don't like A, Y, and Z. But I think with open communication, with consistency and honesty, it's like, that those are just all the keys, that all's in the recipe of making people happy, not just women, but just making people in your life that you care about happy. Like, and that's just all Women Enough we're here for. We're here to remind women that you are enough, no matter the double standards, no matter the quotes. Okay, you are woman enough in the skin that you are in. So if you need a reminder, watch this video, hit us up. Please let us know what you think, because we are here for you and you are woman enough. Okay.
Every Friday, y'all. Every Friday, 5 p.m. Stay tuned, y'all. Please like, subscribe. Shout out to IBTE Network.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything to say?
Juju's Kitchen. Make sure y'all
complain about your kitchen.
12 p.m. every Sunday. Brittany's nagging me about this gluten-free meal, which I'm gonna get done. Promise I'll stay tuned to y'all.
Yes, Juju's Kitchen is very diverse. You feel me? She hits it all. She does it all. But I just want to encourage everybody, no matter what time of the week that you watch our videos, stuff like that, like really take this time to answer these questions that we ask. Listen to the quotes, think about it, because this is what Woman Enough is here for. We're not just here shooting it with each other. Yes, we all love each other. This is a sisterhood, but we want to build a sisterhood worldwide. Okay, worldwide. We want to touch the lives of every person who tunes into us. So we want to know how y'all feel about us. So please leave us feedback. And please like and share.
Also, please keep up with our Instagram page, because we do have our lives occasionally. So we will notify when the lives are, but we also have something else coming up soon that will be on Instagram soon. So just be on the lookout for that. You might want to join in on this one.
It's Woman Enough Podcast. Everywhere is at Woman Enough Podcast. To follow us, interact with us. We love the interactions. If you guys have anything to talk about, don't hesitate to write us, because we will respond. So yeah, stay tuned, y'all.
Yes. You are Woman Enough. Okay.